Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and the Revenge of the Undying Iratus, Lord of the Dead. We resume where we left things off last time with the defeat of the Pyromancer. We have cleared the catacombs. Honestly, wasn't that hard. So, with that, we shall march onto the 5th floor. Now, reminder, I have no idea what waits us on the Cathedral. I just remember the previews. There were like 3 of them I think they previewed, and I know that the last boss's name is Grand Magister. That's it. That's all I know. Everything else, I guess we're going to learn together. So here we go. And everyone is here to join us. I pulled them all out of the arena and whatever, just so everyone would be here for this momentous occasion. The Cathedral is the heart of the Order's power. From here, the Grand Magister commands his fanatical forces and enjoys total dominion over the surrounding lands. Usually, one might only hear whispers in the hollowed corridors, but now they are filled with the sounds of blades being drawn and armored boots hitting stone. Dim moonlight pours in through the high windows as an unearthly battle cry bellows forth from the decaying throats of your minions. It is time to finish this war. You have clawed yourself up from the bowels of the earth, and you will not let a bunch of priests and paladins stand in your way now. Your undead may be vulnerable to their holy powers, but superior strategy and numbers will see you to victory, and finally, establish your eternal kingdom upon this earth. Dun da da da! There he is. The last lad. So, here we are. What are we looking at? I don't know any of these. I'm pretty sure the Pokédex here will be completely empty. Yep, the Pokédex is empty. That makes me a little nervous. I was told, however, that someone might be joining us. That there is an effective strategy to use against one character known as the Knight, which I'm going to go ahead and just assume that these are the first 2. And if that strategy is correct, an old friend could be returning, and I'm looking forward to it. So, I guess we'll just bring out Bloodthirster. The only reason we weren't using Bloodthirster before was because the Wardens were immune to debuffs, which is kind of Bloodthirster's entire thing. So with that decided, Kel'Thuzad Araknarak. Wait, no. Virdaganga needs to go back in there. He's not supposed to be here. We'll send Niflheim in because he did a great job, and I suppose Lilith can stay, why not? Sure. Now, when I pulled Bloodthirster out of the arena, he had 12 points, which kind of surprised me. So I put 1 into Vigor and 1 into Luck. As the door slams. So here we go, our first battle on the 5th floor. 2 knights, maybe, and some sort of thing. Let's find out, shall we? Together. Oh. Champions. They have 340 vigor, 290 sanity. When an ally is defeated, receives 25% damage until the end of combat. Stacks, and cannot be removed. Huh. Curious. And this is a paladin. When an ally dies, reduces all incoming damage by 25% until the end of combat. Stacks cannot be removed. I'm beginning to sense a theme here. So the paladin is the only one with a ridiculous amount of armor. 28 to be exact, and resistance. The champions have no such thing. This might be incorrect, but part of me is actually thinking it's going to be more challenging to kill the paladin. Like, he's going to be more of a pain than the champions will be. So, he dies first, I guess. I could spit on him, but we're going to play it a little safe. We'll see what the enemy does. Ow. Okay, I changed my mind. If everything is going to be critting like that. Deals... Oh, interesting. Deals damage to any minion that deals targeted stress damage. Does Ankia count? Is probably something I don't want to know the answer to. Let's see what this guy does. Interesting. It's a good thing we aren't relying on armor and resistance, isn't it? So I'm going to move Ragnarok back into position. We're going to be breaking this stance just in case it triggers off of the spider mandibles. We'll be waiting. So now the question is, who is more of a threat? I guess we'll kill this guy first.
Ooh, I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Because he is first. You know? It's just nice to be correct. Now let's see. He has 4 stacks. 4. Did they nerf it? I'll have to read it again. But 4 stacks. Maybe I missed. That's possible. He does have a ton of evasion. I didn't see that. He has 47% evasion. Oof. I was afraid that you would miss. So he's dead. I'm going to go ahead and heal up. I was going to put the mark on Ragnarok, but that just seems dumb. I don't really care that you decreased her whatever. What should I do with Bone Storm? Part of me wants to ult here. You know, I'm going to wait. No, I'm going to protect. I'll protect that, yeah. Even though I think the cocoon will just redirect everything, I'm not sure. Goodbye.
Good. More materials. Ooh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
So I'm beginning to sense why... Ow! An old friend of ours would be helpful here. And the damage here is actually just insane. Now the reason I hit him with the physical one was so that I could do this. Not bad. I'm just gonna have to sit here and keep healing, it looks like. I don't seem to have much of an option. We'll go ahead and protect Ragnarok. I also think that it would be in our interest, to
now that's gonna leave a mark.
Kill things at the same time. Which we're not incredibly good at doing. That's not really our cup of tea. Can you hear all that noise? It's so noisy. It's like 9 p.m. Whatever. It's not really a cup of tea to be able to kill everything at once. That's not what we do here. But it should be fine. We can probably work around that, I think. I think we can...
Strength through pain.
Do a thing or two with a thing or two, you know? Wow. The Paladin, I was right, though. My gut was right. The Paladin is annoying. The Paladin is very annoying. But there we go. Okay. I'm beginning to see...
Mop up the gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
A delectable part. When a minion dies, all allies recover 75% vigor. This is definitely going to Iratus. It might be time. I had a ton of ideas for builds. So this is a champion and double paladin. Champion, double paladin. The champions were chunking us. Because look at that, 47% luck. That's pretty mean. It's pretty mean. This is like a headhunter ability. This is kind of irrelevant for us. Oh. So if the champion is in the 3rd or 4th slot, he can heal himself. Wow. As the door slams again. My apologies. I'm recording this at 9 p.m. because I want it to go up at midnight. So, you know, stuff and things are happening here. I guess. So we need a Ragnarok to heal up, I think. I don't really want to distill for it. But I'm beginning to see why... So the recommendation to me that I received was that the smite from the skeleton actually scales pretty well in this area because these guys just buff themselves nonstop. And I'm beginning to see that. And of course, the skeleton is immune to debuffs, which is pretty nifty. So I'm thinking it might be time for the skeleton. At long last. But the skeleton pairs better with the Lost Soul, who I don't actually think we could fit into this group in any real way. And it has to be buffs. I wonder how he would fare, because Ragnarok was literally just being absolutely shreked. You know what? I'm going to make him. I'm going to do it. I've been teasing him long enough, really. So, this is one of our oldest friends. Actually, we're going to do some alchemy. That's what we need to do before we can summon our oldest friend. What do we need again for the skeleton? We need a skull. We have a rare skull. We have 2, in fact. Bones. We have a rare bone. Armor piece. We have nothing. It's uncommon, doesn't count. And a weapon. So we can use armor more, I think, than anything else. So let's do some gambling. It's time.
Hold my work.
To gamble. I think rare is good enough, even though, of course, legendary would be nice. I would love a legendary. Now, I was also discussing in the comments with someone who loves the Headhunter.
The smell of successful alchemy.
And Dullahan, wow. Dullahan did a lot of work for us. I'm not trying to deny that at all. But, I think it would be, there we go. It would be challenging for me to play Dullahan without the mechanical eye. I think that would be pretty tough. I've been so spoiled by it. So, he might return. He might not.
Skeleton will clean up this mess later.
Really? There we go. There's the roll. Okay. Welcome to the field. One of our oldest friends. The Feller of Titans, the Master of Mediocrity. Third of his name, technically. Skellator. Now, he is the only one that deserves the drop of divinity. Really. Which we've been holding on to. We actually have another one, which is bizarre to me. But increases all damage dealt by 15% and reduces all damage received by 15% as the door slams again. I even warned him that I was recording, but fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. That mad. So, Skellator, the way the skeleton works is that he is primarily a physical damage dealer. He is a little tanky, but he has very little sustain. So the trick here, he can actually ignore block, which I think is probably more helpful here. This attack ignores armor, which makes him very strong against some things. The original Skellator carried me through the Inventor fight, because he was just able to ignore armor. And it was glorious, really. I guess I'm going to make it ignore block. 2. Or does it miss?
Serve me well, my minion.
Missing sucks, so we'll do that. And I always upgrade this for Forceful Lessons, because that allows us to interrupt stances from the second position, which I think is where the skeleton should be. Now, you can go 2 directions here with Astounding Fortitude. This is a stance that taunts enemies to make them hit you more likely. You can either go to the right, which gives your stance plus 14 armor and plus 14 resistance compared to 10 and 10, or you can go to the left and make it so that it reflects stress damage. Now, our build isn't going to be for stress.
Get back to battle.
But I'm going to pick it up just in case. And another interesting use of the skeleton is that he can buff his allies' armor and resistance. And you can either make it so it's 1 more armor and resistance, it stacks up to 3 times, so a total of 15 instead of a total of 12, or you can go the other way and make it so that each stack also gives plus 2 attack and plus 2 dread. Fun fact, if you're using a Dark Knight in the front position as an attacker, this scales very well with him. I'm not sure if we're actually going to use it, but I'll take the additional attack. This is the king. This right here is the ability. Smite. Attacks twice. but performs an additional attack for each buff on the target, which is why the Lost Soul is so good with the skeleton, because she can buff enemies. It's very convenient. And of course, we're going to take that upgrade to Smite the show-offs. I don't care about Vorpal Smite. This gives you a 4% chance to immediately kill a target. Bosses are immune, but I don't care. I'm not a fan of those insta-kill chances, so Smite the show-offs. Instead of dealing 40% of our attack, we'll deal 50%. Nifty. And then his ultimate ability, I've talked about this a little bit before, because one of its upgrades, this one, makes it so that enemies will either go insane or become inspired, and you can force a sanity check with this, which can be very good. I'm gonna take it.
Am I in the mood for terror or lethality today?
Porque no los dos? Now, because Skellator is our frontline attacker, he needs all the attack. Boom. Easy. I feel like I just shouldn't have recorded right now, because there's just non-stop noise. My apologies. I'll try not to let it get to me too much. Unfortunately, the skeleton does require a little bit of accuracy. Again, to negate some of the high levels of evasion, we'll take it to 130. And the skeleton also does scale armor and resistance relatively well. It's not his thing, but he does. So, I'm going to put some luck in here, I think. Brings it to 20, maybe. And then we'll kind of bump up armor, and we'll get it to 5. 5 seems like a good number, doesn't it? Do we need initiative? Not really. It's fine. It's 6, I think. So his final 6 points is probably going to go into Vigor. Now, Skellator is not here to tank. Let me make that very clear. Skellator is not here to tank or to protect Ankia. Skellator is here to be awesome. Now, I think that this might not work very well, but we'll see what we can do with it. Because again, the Lost Soul is the real synergy with the skeleton, and the Lost Soul is not presence. In case you were still keeping track of that. And of course, Skellator cannot heal like a Ragnarok can. I should have waited. That's not good. I'm pretty sure Ankia's thing is going to count here. I can actually interrupt that with Skellator. It's unideal. I clicked the wrong one. Great! That's a lot of damage, though. Good job. Off to a great start. Showing the true power of Skellator. Okay, how do I do this? I guess I'm going to set them on fire.
My kingdom comes!
And I'm going to go ahead and pop this just in case. We'll see. It probably triggered. Oh, it didn't trigger. Nice. Okay. So this should go away. I do want to heal. I'm fairly certain this is a heal turn. So his stance ends. That's good. This is working out well. Again, Skellator being immune to debuffs is pretty nifty. Pretty nifty. Now, one thing we can do, it's frisky, I know. But we can use... Where is it? It's a magic spell, right? No, it's an Ire spell. The Rites of Carnage. We can use this to give 12 luck to everything, including the enemies, which sounds terrifying, because it is, but that will make it so that Skellator hits 3 times instead of 2. Right now, we're currently hitting for 37 to 38. You can imagine as this scales up, it gets pretty terrifying. Pretty terrifying. So, I think I'm just gonna hit you again, honestly. Well, that's not too bad. Now, one of the synergies, I think...
your frail bodies fail you.
Between Ankia and Skellator is that... I think you're going to wait. No, it doesn't matter if you wait or not. One of the synergies between Ankia and Skellator is that... You're definitely waiting this time. Ankia can remove armor for Skellator to hit things without any negation, or mitigation, that's it. That's the word. Now, I mentioned this before, but Skellator doesn't have any sustain. So the item that actually pairs best with him is the Vampire Fangs. I gave him the Enchanted Bone because I didn't have anything else. But the buffs are here, as you can see. But yeah, the armor absorbed it. So it's definitely best to purge the armor, and the best way we know of to get rid of the armor is to stab it with Ankia's ability. This. Now I guess I kind of played that incorrectly, because what I could have done, and probably should have done, was waited with Bloodthirster, hit him with Ankia's ability, then use the chains. And that would have been fine. Pretty sure I'm just going to interrupt this. Are you the one with no armor? Yes, okay. And of course, things like what Ankia has, the on-hit ability, does synergize with this as well. So, that's the idea.
Of the breathless tide.
I feel like Skellator and Bloodthirster are kind of fulfilling a similar role here. Because they're both playing off of buffs/debuffs. And that didn't kill him? Wow.
A predictable outcome.
So that was the idea. I don't think it was great. But I don't think it was poor. I don't know. Something in between. I'm going to fill this because I don't think I've ever completed the Abode of Wrath. We're about to find out because I'll get an achievement if we haven't. Let's see. I have. Okay. I feel like I built everything in early access. But anyway, 4 of the Abode of Wrath means we begin battle with 40 Wrath. Nifty, isn't it? I think so. We finally have enough talent points to get Blood Magic. When Iratus has 100 Wrath, he received 36 spell power. You can also go for Battle Eternal, which will restore all units to full vigor.
It will be a messy slaughter.
You may notice the wording there. Full vigor, not full sanity, which is why you'd want to use it, of course. So Skellator can go back away for a little bit. I really like Skellator. He carried me, as I mentioned, through a lot. But I think Bloodthirster is fulfilling the job better right now. If we get the Vampire Fangs, I'd be more inclined to try it. But anyway, speaking of Vampire Fangs, where are we going? Obviously, I'm enticed by this coffin. But we want to take the path that brings us to the most stuff. I'm kind of leaning... So we can go to the coffin, we can go to the altar, we can go to the fountain. So if we go left here, and we take the zigzag, we go this way, and then we're blocked off from here. I think this would be locked off if we went that way. Ugh. My audiophilia is driving me absolutely mad right now. I kind of want to go left and zigzag. Or we could just, like, go far right. And then, I mean, there are a lot of chests in the far right. Ideally, is this a light spirit? I've heard of these things. I've heard that they're terrible. Not in the good way. Terrible as, like, a headache and a half to fight. So if we went... Talk about zigzag. I'm kind of okay with that, though. Alright, let's zigzag. We're going to do a zigzag. We'll go this way. And then go up. Okay, there's a quest even. When was the last time I did a quest? I don't remember. It's been a while. I bet... What do we got? Funeral coin? I did talk about someone, or talk with someone... This is really helpful for crit builds, which makes sense. Even Ankia would be pretty good with this, but, you know, she's currently occupied. Another Glutton's Tongue, and the Unholy Water. Increases Iratus' spell power by 18. This is basically a better Bane Aura, right? Well, I already have a Funeral Coin. I already have a Glutton's Tongue. Do I just take this? Sure.
A dark collecting.
And what do we have? We have a champion, a paladin, and then a spellcaster of some kind, and I don't know what that second thing is. The heck is that? Well, let's stick with our reliable group then, because I'm confused. As we wander into unknown waters, we rely upon the reliable. Of course, that makes sense, doesn't it? Let's see, a priestess. Hey, I play a priest. Oh, that's annoying. 50% chance to redirect an attack or debuff to knight from an ally located behind it. +2 attack until the battle ends each time the knight receives damage. This is what they were talking about. With Skellator, you just give him a bunch of attack and then kill him. Break his armor with Ankia and then hit him like a bazillion. That makes sense. I had a feeling that was going to happen. I didn't want it to, but I had a feeling it was going to happen. So what do I even do here then? It's like, just kill it. Just kill it, forehead. I feel like I could kill it pretty quick, though. I just don't know what the priestess does, and I don't like that. I don't like not knowing. Still.
Give them no.
Is that going to give him, like, 3? What? At the start, let me read. At the start of the next turn, the priestess applies prayer for salvation to the target. At the start of the next turn, heals the target for and removes all debuffs. Jeez. Okay. I can't wait again. So, if Bloodthirster... Do me proud, Bloodthirster. I need you to kill this. Right? Meow. This needs to die immediately, Bloodthirster. 291! That wasn't bad. See, part of the reason why I think Bloodthirster is just a better Skellator at the moment is because he's multiplying damage off of... This is going to Anki, right? Off of debuffs and buffs, whereas Skeletor's damage multiplies just off buffs. There's a little stipulation there. I feel like this needs to die.
Last few heartbeats.
I say that, but I feel like the champion needs to die too. Actually, I feel like all of this has to die. There's someone that can help with that, isn't there? Wow. 8 to 10 true damage. Wow. I have a bazillion spell power at the moment. So, what am I going to do? Wait, hold on. This gives me... This costs 12 mana. And my spell power is reducing it by 11. Okay. That's pretty good. My magic is kind of exploding at the moment. Kind of makes me wish I had more magic. What is this? Fate is basically free. That's cool. I'm not going to use it, but I wanted to put it on the bar. Am I okay with them getting another 25% buff? No, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'll set them on fire again. Yeah, sure, why not? That seems fun. I lose my, my buff. But I don't really care. I'm gonna protect Ragnarok, and then I'm gonna heal after that. Bone Storm! Reaching maximum thickness. Now with maximum thickness. I think the champion needs to die. Because we can whittle down the paladin with his 50% damage resistance. Well, it'll be 75%. But we can't whittle down the champion, who's going to be just chunking us with Oh. I mean... Are you still dead?
Death predestined.
Let's find out. Here we go, Bloodthirster. Earn your name. That was okay. I mean, he's dead. No, he's not. That's 81. 7. He lives with 8 health. I can fix that. I think I need to keep healing with Ragnarok, so I'm just gonna light him on fire again.
Have a warm end, my friend.
Yeah. And then Bone Storm needs to heal. So while we're slowly whittling down this paladin, I have a story to tell. A little bit of a story anyway. How much does this do? Well, it's not bad. I'm gonna wait and purge his armor. Oh, he lived. Oh, he lived. I miscalculated. Why did I miscalculate? I don't know, actually. Torment Eternal. Wait, what? That's permanent? Oh. That kind of changes things a little bit.
Carve open their husks.
Well, he's dead next turn, for sure. For realsies this time.
Strength through pain.
Wow. But anyway, while we continue using that, the fact that that's permanent is pretty nifty. You just don't want a Ragnarok to heal.
Toss them in with the rest.
Rude. It's rude. Alright, I'll tell the story next combat. Probably, while we continue to learn new things.
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilizations.
I think Skellator deserves to be level 30. I'm kind of at the point where I think YOLO Solo doesn't work anymore. Also, I meant to give Bloodthirster a real name, because someone pointed out that Bloodthirster is the vague greater demon name for Khorne, and there are plenty of famous greater demons of Khorne that could have been that name, but weren't. And part of it was because I had really low I don't know what to give her Ragnarok. I think I'm just waiting for more attack. I could, like, give her armor, but is that gonna make a difference? I don't know. I had very low expectations for Bloodthirster, and I was in a lot of pain, so I wasn't being very creative. The story is about the pain, though. And it's a good story, don't worry. So we have 2 knights, a champion and a paladin. This is a bizarre thing to fight. Let me see the knights. Because how does this work? So they have an attack that hits first and second slot. Okay. They have a heal. Oh, this is an attack that heals them for 200% of the damage. I wish I had that. And it will stun the target. Okay. And they can get 2 blocks. The knight seems very bizarre. And how are you supposed to kill one knight if the other knight begins redirecting from it? You know what this needs? I just thought of it. I need a Ragnarok to heal, though, because she's going to have a big part to play if I bring this out. Which I'm going to. So I don't want this bloated flesh. I think this is terrible. Oh, no, I want to distill. I think that we need to just heal up.
But it will do.
So much for the Glutton's Tongue, eh? And Bloodthirster's going to go to the arena, because we're going to bring out Bone Daddy KT. Because I think he's the only one that can save us now. So Bone Daddy KT, I was saving up his points because I think he needs a block. I think he needs a block. You know what else I think he needs? I think he needs upgrade parts, but he deserves them. We do have 1 rare skull, but is that enough for Bone Daddy KT? We're actually really low on parts. And I miss having the headhunter to farm parts, because farming stuff is like a pastime of mine. It has to be if you play World of Warcraft. So let's get some bones. Some proper bones, please. Video game.
No gold, but it will do.
Oh. I don't know if that's proper bones, but it's a bone. Ooh. Okay. What was it again? Bones, dust, skeleton, rag. Okay. Let's go for a rag then. We all know Bone Daddy KT deserves this. He deserves it more than most.
No gold, but it will
In fact,
do.
He deserves it more than Skellator deserved it. Oh, I already have legendary dust. Whoops. No, that's fine. So we have legendary dust, legendary ectoplasm, and legendary heart. World of Ragnarok. Okay, so anyway, back to Kel'Thuzad. For Kel'Thuzad, do we want a second block? His attack is already max. What else would we be doing? We could get one accuracy. If we got the accuracy, the ward's really cheap. Getting him a third ward. We haven't encountered much magic. It's really physical damage. But the physical damage hasn't been reaching to the final slot, although he's in the third slot at the moment. Luck. We could get a luck and a block. He could get a ward, HP evasion. I think I'm picking up the block. It kind of hurts, but I think that's going to go the farthest to saving his life, honestly. Which is important to me. He still has the essence of mind. Maybe he would be worthy of the drop of divinity, even. But, you can't redirect an attack if it hits everyone. 400 IQ. So anyway, we'll start right with the cocoon. And this time I'm going to tell my story. So, a few episodes ago, we actually don't have a single targeted stress attack. So that's nifty. A few episodes ago, I had a rant. And I probably should have put ward on her. What's it going to do? My rant was largely about I was in pain and I was having issues between my insurance company, which all worked out in the end. They approved it. I have a 1-year approval of them paying for something, this particular medication, and healed. And the pharmacy not having the prescription and me having to wait the entire weekend to get it. But I got it. All is well, and it's kind of an experiment, whether it's going to help or not. But I have high expectations. And Armageddon is glorious every single time I press that button. How much is this now? Ooh. 60 plus... That's a lot of damage. So he's pretty much dead. Is it going to redirect off this guy? Do I even care? I don't really know. So yes, it was basically just an extended release version of something that I had immediate release. And yeah, everything's hunky-dory. Well, as hunky-dory as it can be. So that's why... Do I just set Ragnarok on fire again? Fuck it.
Rage
She'll be fine. Well, she wasn't on fire the first time, so it'll be definitely fine.
This will be your end.
Wow, look at all the wrath we have. And we built even more wrath. Damn. I'm beginning to understand why there are so many wrath builds for the game. Or not wrath builds, lich builds. Because Bone Daddy KT is worthy of being called Bone Daddy KT.
Kind of entertainment.
Oh, it's beautiful. I should probably just... Ow. I'm probably just going to talk about how KT was amazing this episode in this title. Like a KT popping off title.
Hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Ah, he's not quite dead. That percentage reduction's pretty big. Well, Kel'Thuzad doesn't care.
Soon this world will be mine.
Another Madman's Eye. Tell me what else is new. Kel'Thuzad not caring. You know... Who would the eye be good on? We've had this discussion before, I think. What was I even doing with Bone Storm? Bone Storm? I forgot that you can get block and ward. Let's be real. If there's anyone deserving of block and ward. Am I really about to gamble again? I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. You know what they say. And by they, I mean me.
Behold my work.
I'm not going to gamble an epic part. Oh, speaking of epics. Greed is good. Until it's bad. I think Bone Storm has proven himself over and over and over again. 2 legendaries, 2 rares, 26 freaking points. 1 block, 1 ward. 10 points. Do I just save for another block? I'm kind of okay with that. I like how he can't upgrade his evasion, so we just have the 5 from our talent tree. Now, I've never been impressed by the Bone Golem's damage. But I mean, how high can you even get this? So you can get it up 10 more, 36 to 37. It's not that good. It would just increase the damage of his Splinter Hell. I think, because Bone Storm exists to sit here and take damage, right? If he is being hit, he's doing his duty. Let's keep KTN for a little bit longer. Why not, right? You can't redirect if I'm shooting you all with fire. The unfortunate side is that Bone Storm is going to have to heal turn 1, which is a little unfortunate. But not the end of the world. Boom. Block. Do. I think we're going to try and kill the champion, and if we're not allowed to, then we'll kill the knight. Okay.
Your frail bodies fail you.
I guess we... YOLO. 78's not bad. No buffs. You're gonna get healed, aren't you? Oh, it's the start of her turn. Well, we want to wait then. Because I want to kill the knight and cause her to move forward.
Your frail bodies fail you.
You know, we could be putting on... I haven't checked my artifacts in a while. We could be putting on the spear thingy and the chainmail thingy to be giving us increased maximum vigor and maximum attack. That's always good fun. Hold on, KT. KT's gonna set everyone on fire again. Because that's just fun. It's good... It's good old-fashioned fun. Kind of annoying that that was removed, but it's okay. So if I give him Fate, does that crit my friends too? The answer is probably yes.
Madness manifest.
I'm just gonna Infectious Lunacy.
Perish.
I don't care. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, maybe I care a little bit. I care a little bit. That was a lot of damage. I underestimated you. Which is pretty impressive, because I said that incorrectly. Oh, I underestimated you which was impressive because I've lost.
There will still be enough
I don't know.
left to reanimate.
My point was, I was expecting a lot of damage, but I wasn't expecting that much damage because of the Burning Skull. Look at this. 79 to 81. And the Burned Witch is at 14 sure damage. Oh my. Gonna wait, let her die. Guarantee this crit, or this hit. I don't even care about his reduced damage. Ooh, okay, care a little. It should still be fine, though. I'll just keep healing. That's the beauty of this front line. I see so many builds that are Bone Golem, Black Widow, and it's 100% entirely because they can just repeatedly heal themselves. There is not a single front line, not another front line that can do that. At least not as well. Poke.
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
Ooh, we got the token for the priestess. What are you going to show me? Anything interesting, priestess? Let's see. Recovers vigor and sanity to all allies. Oh, she hasn't used that yet. Probably because we're just single targeting things. This is like the... This looks almost exactly like the Inquisition thing from Dragon Age Inquisition, the symbol. This is the stance. We've seen that a bunch. And this is the fire. Her fire is pitiful. But wait a minute. What? Was that 70 to 80 attack? Wow. No wonder these numbers are so low. Had to nerf the crap out of it. So we have completed this. I really don't have any interest in Battle Eternal or Stoke the Flames. So, is it time for... This Blood Curse could be really helpful against some of those, like the champions that have like 47 crit. Or we could just not care. Because I kind of want to go to this tree. Reign of Gore could be awesome. We could also save it for the Bone Obelisk, even though I just spent that to stun a target. We could do a lot of things. Remember, we still have that Banshee possibility. We have 2 legendaries for her as well. I haven't brought her in yet, though. So this is a cultist. That gives us, of course, the class creation unique items. What do we want? Do we want anything? No. I guess Niflheim doesn't have his. Vildaganger has his, right? We picked that up? Yeah. So the 2 that are missing it are Niflheim and Bloodthirster. Bloodthirster. So we got the Creepy Doll. This forces a sanity check at the start of combat. Another Smoke Bomb. The Crimson Chained. Each character attacking the Blood Phantasm receives ignition that deals 22 damage each turn for 3 turns. This is not very helpful for how we're using the Blood Phantasm, because he's taken very little to no damage. So I guess we'll pick up the Runes of Winter. They nerfed the Unfrozen by removing all of his base initiative. But they've buffed this item because it used to stack up only to 5, now it stacks up to 6. I also gave him the Wizard Bones when we were using him to fight the Pyromancer, but that's not a good item. So, we'll give him the Rune of Winter. Remember, the Unfrozen deals bonus damage for each point of initiative that he has higher than the enemy, which is why he can reduce initiative. It makes sense. Alright, Niflheim. Sorry to disturb all of your fighting. I didn't mean to, really. We also have the Mummy here, who could help out a lot. I don't think I picked... No, I didn't. I didn't decide which one I wanted. The Mummy we could use... Ooh. The Mummy we could use to reduce enemy luck. Because I went with the upgrade that makes it a permanent debuff, we could remove entirely the luck of the enemy champions, of which there are now many. But I'm kind of liking this whole rain fire down on everything strategy. It's working out really well for me. Surprise, surprise. Do we just do it again? Do you want to see me do it again? What are our... we have a lot of these. So what I was thinking about earlier was this, the Spirit Spear. After killing an enemy, the minion who dealt the killing blow receives 3% damage buff for the rest of the game. My question here is, does this apply to Ignition? Because we've killed quite a few enemies with Ignition, and not ourselves. +6 attack's pretty nifty. All enemies lose 22 evasion. We got the infused dagger for stun shenanigans. I don't think... if no minions were killed in the battle... We're still using the golden rose. I don't think it synergizes horribly well with our current composition, but it's doing stuff and things. Wow. We have so much stuff. Where did we get all this? Don't want this. I don't really want this. Give me experience. This can go... that might actually be very situationally useful. I think we're reaching the point of Amulet of Perfection being good. Maybe? That can go, I don't want it. This is unreliable. Let's see. So Bone Storm would get the 20 Vigor, Arachnarok would not, Kel'Thuzad would get the 20 Vigor, and Anki would get the 20 Vigor. So it's just Arachnarok, who we have parts for. Do I do it? She has been a pretty good sport. But what do you even use her points for? Because we've maxed out her health. She can't get block or ward, which I think is dumb. I guess just armor and resistance? Initiative is cool on her. I don't know if I want to do that just for the thing, though. Even though she needs the health the most. She's been getting absolutely chunked. You know, the thing I destroyed. This is too weak now. That's probably not good. And this feels pretty weak. This feels like a worse version of this. I mean, armor resistance is cool. But nah. Nah. Okay, we cleaned it up a little bit. A little bit. This looks frisky. We've been getting crit for a ton. It's just been chunking our HP. Would Virthaganga? No, Virthaganga would get owned. Okay. I answered my own question. Like, would Virthaganga be okay here? The answer is no. Absolutely not. Are you insane? I'll smoke bomb it, sure. Oh, do that.
Now I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
Yes. Look at that. Block and ward on Bone Storm. I think he had it last time, I just wasn't bringing attention to it. Wow. Wow. Okay. Arachnarok's whopping 18 evasion coming into play there. Okay, what am I doing? I kind of wish I could pull something, or push something, to get the priestess into range of Arachnarok, but I can't. So I guess...
you will soon embrace your new existence.
We'll just do this. Am I okay with setting things on fire? And not setting the priestess on fire? Yes. Because everyone has at least one ward here. So, why not really? Let's go crazy.
Madness manifest. My kingdom comes.
Crazy with our 72 spell power. I think I'm going to get in the cube. I mean, this is dead, right? Okay. Not before he hits me again, though. Unfortunate. He really doesn't like Kel'Thuzad. It's understandable. Kel'Thuzad just messed him up, but still, it's pretty rude. Kel'Thuzad's 16 evasion, coming in hot. Aw, she used the heal. Ooh. Alright, get over here. I think that's like one of Arachnarok's greatest abilities. Just goodbye, block and ward. I could set them all on fire again. I could. But I'm not going to. That was 61 through 34 resistance, by the way. That was a lot. Yeah, sure. Whatever. Bone Storm is pretty tanky. Bone Storm is deceptively tanky. Because, of course, remember, his unique item makes it so that he takes less damage as his health gets lower. I want to set them on fire. Okay.
This is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like. Yeah, pathetic.
Kel'Thuzad would have just gained 3% damage there. If I had equipped the Spirit Spear. Which is kind of hard to say, really. Spirit Spear.
Make them suffer.
Oh yes, they're suffering. With bones piercing their chests.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world
ahead of schedule. Yes, you will be. Kel'Thuzad. Putting in a lot of work. If this wasn't such an excellent pair, I would give him the drop of divinity. But I feel like these two things are perfect. The Burning Skull makes it so that Armageddon doesn't immediately kill us, which it would if I didn't have this. And Essence of Mind restores my mana so I can keep buffing people. I love it. What isn't to like about it, really? What do we got? We have... Nope. We have... Nope. For the first 2 turns of battle, minions receive 20% less damage. And all minions and enemies. I don't like any of these.
Amazing.
I think that gives me more XP. Maybe. But next time... The last time I looked at the recording time, it was 25 minutes, and now it's 57 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Next time, we have the champion. The something that we haven't met yet. The paladin, and presumably the elite priestess. Our first elite on the 5th floor, and we are approaching the amount of Digger Souls required to complete the statue of Iratus. We're 26 away. And then all that shall remain to complete is the mortuary, which has received very little use this playthrough. But thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. And I'll see you next time to continue exploring the 5th floor and hopefully completing more of the Pokédex, because this is disturbingly empty.